Alright, so there was somebody on my last video in the comments. If you guys can see them yet, it might take up to 48 hours for some odd reason. Little bitch face showed how racist BLM really is. How hypocritical it really is, just like, well, many, many others. There's some pictures that I'm about to post up on my Facebook. Some pictures about racism. Now I just saved these, of course, so I'm actually gonna make this video small so I can't see it. I'm going to go to a file called tanks, Tanks, if I can find it. This is the hard-hitting bullshit. Let's see. There's a lot of them there. Sorry, I got my whole computer full of evidence. Tank. This might take a minute. All right, tanks. Open. All right, we'll go to racist 1, 2, 3, and 4. I think there's 5 pictures in all. All right, first of all, the narrative that white people aren't doing anything. Here's one that says, when these things happen to people, I speak out. I speak out about the victims. Even the black ones, even the white ones, even the native ones, even the adults and the children. I speak out for all the victims. Silence is compliance. Now, little bitch face typed a lot of things that perfectly show what it is that I've been trying to explain this whole time. See, while BLM wants to hate white people for not speaking out and for doing nothing, I have been speaking out. I have been doing something. But I still get treated like I am the predator because of my skin color. I get treated like I'm saying that these things happening to black people is okay because I'm saying that they're happening to other people. No, that is not the same thing. BLM is a whole bunch of racists who are intentionally going out of their way to twist and contort everything to somehow magically mean that it's racist. No. A white person sticking up for themselves when they are victimized is not racist. You know what's racist? 6 black girls beating on a black girl at a fucking bus, or on a white girl at a bus station. A white girl who didn't do nothing. Silence is. That guy typed it. Oh, great. More unstable goddamn connection. Little bitch face typed that it's not BLM's place to go talking about all these other issues. Meanwhile, BLM wants to shame everyone who is not black and not speaking out, as if they're bad guys for not speaking out, but it's not BLM's issue to go talking about the other victims. You want to shame the other victims who are on your side and speaking out about how wrong these things are. You want to shame the other victims. You goddamn right I speak out. I see more white people involved in the BLM movement than black people. I see white people who are fucking pampered as hell, who have never had to live this. And yeah, I can understand where, from their pampered point of view, this is only happening to black people. But then again, they haven't gone through it, so they're just talking out their asses. You feel like I owe it to you because I'm white to fix your situation. I don't owe you shit. I didn't ask to be born white any more than you were asked to be born black. I didn't ask to be born into poverty any more than you asked to be born black. I didn't ask my parents to be drug dealers or drug addicts any more than you asked to be black. I didn't ask to be raped any more than you asked to be black. Now, a lot of people want to treat me like shit when I'm saying the same thing. Complicity is compliance. If you're going to look at it the other way because it's happening to somebody else, then you deserve it to happen to you. Every single black person who's been hateful towards homosexuals and the homeless, they don't deserve their rights. If you don't want homosexuals to have basic human rights, and you don't want the homeless to have basic human rights, then no, you don't deserve basic human rights. That doesn't just go for BLM. That goes for the entire goddamn country. If you white people don't want black people to have basic human rights, you don't deserve them. If you white people don't want the homeless to have basic human rights, then you don't deserve them. If you are in the military and you want to tell me what I owe you because you fight for my freedom, you don't fight for my freedom. You fight for the same rich assholes who fucked me and many other Americans for being broke. Meanwhile, the system is set up so that if you have no money, you have no rights. That's not your skin color. It's the fact that you're easy to railroad in court. I don't pretend that black people don't have to deal with racism, but I sure as fuck am not going to pretend that white people don't have to deal with it too. You want to shame white people for turning a blind eye to this shit happening to you. Meanwhile, I'm white and I'm not turning a blind eye. You are. I'm not turning a blind eye to black people being victimized. I am speaking out about how wrong it is. But it's not just wrong if it's a black person. It is equally as wrong if it is a white person, a Native American person. It is equally as wrong. Now, one of these pictures, it says silence is compliance, and it's a white guy holding that sign. This next one over, it says white silence equals compliance. It doesn't have to be white silence. It doesn't. Derek Parrish isn't white. He's black. He's also racist. Fuck it. Oh, but he can't be racist. His girlfriend's white. Bullshit. You know, his mom's white too. She's also dead. She was also a good woman. Did Derek Parrish have to go through a whole shit ton of racist bullshit? No. Derek Parrish always had people like me to stick up for him. But Derek is a racist asshole. He's also a spoiled little bitch. Now here's one. It says that racism is a national epidemic. It's 2 black hospital workers. And that is correct. But it's not just racism from white people. You've got black folks who are hating on all white folks because police harm some black people, but they're harming more than just black people. Your silence is compliance. By not speaking out for the other victims, you are stating loud and clear that you believe it's acceptable. By victimizing and shaming the other victims, you're stating loud and proud that you, BLM, fully support this racism. By maintaining silence, you are being compliant. Here's another one that says, get your knee off our neck. I already posted up, 6, 7 videos of white people who dealt with the same thing. Black Lives Matters. What about those other people who weren't black, who were killed by the same protocol? So you guys are trying to push this narrative that racism is their protocol. No, it's not. They don't give a fuck about anybody who's broke. They don't give a fuck about anybody who is unable to fight them in court because they can run you over. I'm sick and tired of people telling the other victims to go to the back of the bus. I'm sick of this shit from BLM especially. I don't fucking put up with that shit from the KKK. I sure as shit ain't gonna put up with it from any other fucking hate group. BLM is a hate group by pretending that it's not happening to others. Now then, this asshat, little bitch face, wanted to type to me that fighting for the most oppressed makes it better for all of us, except that black people aren't the most oppressed, not even close. Number 1 on the list is who? Foster children. Foster children. And then there's the I can't breathe. I can't breathe. You know how many times the police prevented me from being able to breathe and laughed in my face? But it's okay because I'm not dead, right? It's okay because I'm not black, right? Fuck you. Fuck your racist rhetoric. Little bitch face. Fight for the homeless. The homeless comprise all of us. Every religion, every skin color, every nationality, every gender. People in America. And yes, black folks are on the top 10. They're not in the top 5. Why aren't they in the top 5? Because those slots are already held by the most victimized people in America. Foster children, former foster children, and then the homeless. Those are the top 3. I see all these people who didn't speak up for me, who want to post up a bunch of memes about how silence is complicit or complacency or what complicity. There's a lot of other sayings, some from Dr. Martin Luther King Jr., Desmond Tutu, Malcolm X, Leonardo da Vinci, Nikola Tesla, Albert Einstein, Martin Niemöller, that all speak about this. See, while you guys are wanting to pretend that because I don't agree with your narrative that I'm not speaking out about how wrong these things are, well, the fact is what happened to Zaid Atkinson was wrong. What Zaid Atkinson did after the fact was also wrong. But that doesn't detract from the fact that what we did to him was wrong. It also doesn't detract from the fact that, well, he got treated like a pampered little bitch by comparison. He wasn't targeted for being black. If he'd have looked like he played football for CU or basketball for CU, those officers wouldn't have fucked with him. See, in Boulder, Colorado, they want black people there because it helps to put on the facade that Boulder is a very liberal place. They are. They're so liberal that they will allow college students to rape people. And then they will charge the victims with a crime. Like Teresa Macilia. and Christine Kelly. Teresa Massilia is a white girl, by the way. Christine Kelly, she looks Hispanic, possibly Native American. But at the same time, both of them were raped in Boulder County. Both of them went to the police, and both of them got charged with crimes when their rapists got to walk free. Now, while I hear women telling me that I need to shut up because it happens more to women, no, we need to deal with the actual issue. Sexual assault against children is the issue. We need to listen to all of the victims, including the boys. Evil to men who are victimized. You're damn right I'm going to speak up. You know, I get to read these numbers about how black people, how they're incarcerated, and all these racist white people go, see, look at all these crimes that these black people are committing. They obviously deserve it. These black people are doing this, these black people are doing that. No, those numbers are askew for a reason. It's because those black people, most of whom are homeless, are railroaded in court. They're held without an appropriate bond. Like if you've got a homeless person and you're putting up $5,000 bond for them, no, that's not reasonable. No homeless person's going to be able to fucking afford that. That bullshit that you guys want to sell me about. Oh, I saw this homeless dude in a Maserati drop top. I saw this homeless dude in a fucking McLaren F1 drop top. It's always a drop top, isn't it? It's always a fucking drop top in these stories. He's driving around in a BMW drop top, and then he's pulling over and holding a sign. Yeah. Yeah. Every homeless person drives a Maserati drop top. I have 2 Maserati drop tops in my fucking 8-car garage. Fucking morons. Every time that Black Lives Matters wants to make this as if it is just a racial issue, they are showing that they are racist. Every time that a black person claiming BLM assaults an innocent person, I'm going to speak out. You want to ignore these things happening to others. I didn't ignore it when it happened to you, but you ignored it when it happened to me because I'm not the right color. Because you are only willing to push the racist issue. You are not willing to look at any of the evidence that shows otherwise. I mean, there are people who I have had to type the same thing over and over and over and over again, and they just don't read it. It doesn't sink into their heads. They think that it's okay to be racist and hateful. Fuck you. You're a bitch. I don't give a fuck what fucking color you are. If you're going to victimize the victims, you're a piece of shit. If you are with BLM, then you are victimizing the victims, and you are therefore a piece of shit. If you're a police officer, you are victimizing the victims, and therefore you are a piece of shit. Plain and simple. And then this asshole wanted to type to me about how I'm blaming black people. No, BLM isn't just black people. There's a bunch of racist white people with BLM too, who want to turn a blind eye to the crimes that are happening to others and only focus on black people because that's what's popular. And that's what y'all need to pay attention to. It doesn't matter what the law says, it matters what's popular. And what's popular is dependent upon the narrative that you are sold. Black Lives Matters is a racist organization because they are focusing only on race. They are not focusing at all on the actual issues. They are literally ignoring all of the other victims. And when I defend the other victims, I get told that I'm racist because I'm not focusing on Black Lives Matters. But Black Lives Matters isn't focusing on me. So by that very same reasoning, they are racist. Of course, the difference is that I am still fighting for black rights as human rights. When police do this fucked up shit to black people, I post it up. When white people do this fucked up shit to black people, I post it up. But you know what? When people do this fucked up shit the other way around, I also post it up. When black people are perpetrating crimes against the homeless, I also post it up. You want to talk about how it's okay for this? We're just going to turn a blind eye to black people victimizing the homeless. I've been telling you this has been happening for years. But I'm white, so I'm not worth listening to. I'm broke, so I'm not worth listening to. I'm not pretty, so I'm not popular enough to care about. Fuck BLM. And you're being victimized. I am on your side. But I'm not going to turn away from the other victims. I'm on their side too. And if you want to call me racist because I'm focusing on them as well, instead of just on you, I'm not going to focus on you. You're not willing to fight for us. I am fighting for us. You only care about yourself. So you're on your own. If you're being victimized, I'm on your side. You want to claim BLM, you're my enemy. Plain and fucking simple.